What's going on, everyone? Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about my experience working with an overseas manufacturer to design some custom e-bike parts. Certainly wasn't without its challenges, but we got it done. Let me tell you a little bit about how the process works. Here is the product I decided to have manufactured. It's a complete front motor kit for a fat tire e-bike, right? You get a motor already laced into a wheel with a controller and screen and everything you need to run it. I had created an all-wheel drive bike a few years back. I bought a motor, I had it laced into a wheel, I found a controller to work with it, and just kind of piecemealed everything together and created my own all-wheel drive e-bike. This is back before they were really getting popular, and over the years people have just been messaging me constantly like, how did you do that? Where did you get the parts? Where did you find this front motor? They just don't exist in the market. And they're right. The front motors for a fat tire bike, they just weren't out there. So I decided to create this product to fill that need I knew was in the market, and I hope to do even more of that. I've got some other things I'm working on that I hope are going to fill a need of parts that are just missing in the aftermarket for e-bikes, right? So it certainly had its challenges. It was several month process once I decided that I wanted to do this, of how exactly to get it done. And I had some unique advantages. This car to pass. That being that I've worked with e-bikes for many years, and I've worked with a lot of e-bike companies over the years. So I have some good industry contacts. The first challenge is just finding someone to manufacture the product. And I had a huge advantage there. I used my contacts to get lined up with a manufacturer that I knew could build this motor kit. Now, if you don't have that, you're gonna have to maybe go on Alibaba and put out an RFP and get proposals back in and select a manufacturer. But I had a little bit of an upper hand there that I got lined up with someone I knew could do this. Now, once I've got my manufacturer, the biggest challenge, honestly, is communication. And there's a couple parts to it. The first is just time zones, which they're pretty much the exact opposite of the world from me in China. I'm on the East Coast, USA. So what time is it now? It's like 11 a.m. right now. It's like 11 p.m. over there. So you got to communicate with the manufacturer through all hours of the night because that's when they're working. The bigger part of the communication issue is the language barrier. Most of the people I'm dealing with don't speak English. So I'm communicating through Alibaba chat, and they're probably taking my chat, translating it using, I don't know, Google Translate or whatever they use. And there's a lot that's lost in communication. It's a little challenging. I think there's like one person over there in the factory that speaks English, pretty good. But the rest of them, not at all. And if I wasn't creating a custom part, if I just needed, 750 Bafang motors, I could just say, here, I want 750 Bafang motors, make them, and they could do it. But I'm creating a custom part. So I have to kind of relay my vision to them and what I want the plugs to be and the connectors to be and what controllers paired with what motor. And there's a lot that goes into it. Communication is very long and difficult. And also, I'm working with manufacturers. They know how to make stuff, assemble stuff, ship stuff. If I have a technical question about the internals of the motor or the internals of the controller, they got to go to the motor manufacturer or the controller manufacturer to ask that technical question. So there's a whole nother level of relay of information in there, which makes it tough. But in the end, it did work out and I got what I needed. Now we got this, I haven't even used it yet. You see, I haven't even pushed the button. This is the button for all-wheel drive right here for the front motor. I only use it when I need it. I kind of designed it to be a power boost, that when you hit that, it just takes off like crazy. I didn't design it to be like a drive system you use all the time, more for if you want to just accelerate from a stop like this. And hear the front wheel spinning. Or if you come to like a really steep hill and you want extra power boost going up the hill, then you can just push the front motor and you're good to go. It's a significant power increase. It takes a 750 watt bike and makes it feel just incredibly powerful. But back to our story. So communication's an issue. The next big issue is going to be geography. I can't just pop over to the factory and be hands-on with them and show them things. It's a half a world away. So you got that to contend with. And the other piece of it is just the massive delay in everything. It just takes so long for everything to get over here. Once I finally have relayed my vision to them and I think we're on the same page, I ask for a sample, okay? And the quickest way to get a sample of the product is to have them send it air express out of China, and it's 10 days. 10 days before I get it. And once I get it, if it's wrong, I'm kind of back to the beginning. Now, if the sample's right, and I say, okay, that's great. We're on the same page. Let's make them. Let's manufacture these. Let's go. Now it's 30 days. It's 30 days to make them. And then probably another week or so to get it loaded onto a truck and over to the shipyard and onto a ship and ready to go. And then you got 25 days on the open ocean. Then once you're at port, you got another, 7-10 days getting off the ship and through customs and then onto a truck and truck to a warehouse where I can finally start to distribute the product. So from the time I say go, let's make them, to the time I can actually ship them to a customer is like 2 months. 2 months minimum. That's assuming there's no problems anywhere along the line. Nothing gets delayed anywhere. 2 months lead time. So the lead times are just incredibly long. I wish that I could make these somewhere closer. I don't have any contacts to make anything other than over there, unfortunately. All right, let's do launch here really quick. From a stop. Love it. Absolutely love it. So much power, especially on this wired bike, which has a ton of power already. Man, you add that front motor kit, whew, gosh. And I am making more. Yes, I'm gonna make more. I already told the manufacturer to make some more. So I'm gonna put them back up on the website for order very soon. The lead times are big, and then shipping is its whole other animal, right? If you're a big enough outfit, you can buy your own shipping container, fill it up, put it on a ship, reuse it. I'm not that big. I'm one guy. who doesn't know what he's doing. So again, here I had a distinct advantage that someone else like me might not have, in that I was able to get lined up with a shipper, someone to be kind of an intermediary there and get me into a container, a partial container, they call it less than full load. So they put all my stuff in a container with someone else's stuff and got it here. So that's a whole other area there you got to figure out. But the most nerve-wracking part of this whole process is the money. Because once I say go, let's make these things, I've got to put up money to have them manufactured. I got to put up basically a third of the total cost before they'll even start making them, okay? Then once they message me and say, hey, they're done, we made them all, now the balance is due. I gotta send all the money over. I gotta pay complete manufacturing costs. So I'm wire transferring tens of thousands of dollars to a foreign bank account, which is a little bit nerve-wracking, right? I'm not a huge business. I'm sending tens of thousands of dollars wiring it to a foreign bank account, hoping that I'm really gonna get a container full of stuff that arrives at port. It's kind of a leap of faith. I'm hoping the stuff actually shows up. Fortunately, it did. We're good to go. I had faith and it came through. But if you're an individual like me, that's very nerve-wracking. Never seeing it, knowing it's half a world away, and hopefully it comes in so you can get it to your customer and make that customer happy. Well, there you go. There's my short story to give you just a little bit of a glimpse into what this whole process has been like. And if you're someone who says, these e-bikes have just exploded in popularity lately, maybe I should kind of go out and create something, take advantage of what's happening right now in this market. Maybe you found that video a little bit helpful, insightful of some of the challenges you're gonna run into, because it was definitely an interesting process. I didn't know it would be so time consuming. Just the delays and everything. The shipping and just being so far away geographically really slows things down. And I'm hoping the more I work with this manufacturer, maybe things will kind of streamline and speed up a little bit. We've got our first round of front motor kits out to customers now, and I know they're installing them. I've had a couple people here locally I got a chance to meet, which was great, and see the kit on their bikes, which was really cool. It's been a blast on this wired bike. Everything I'm creating, I got a couple more things in the works. I got another sample of something for this wired bike, actually, that's arriving today. I tracked it, it's supposed to be here today. Everything I'm creating is gonna be on the website, citizenperformance.com, so check there. I'm gonna have a couple other things on there, probably put my extra batteries, forks, if I have any extra controllers, anything I've got left over will also go up for sale on there. So if you're like me, your DIY e-bike stuff, you might be able to find some good parts on there. This is one of the challenges of where I live. Everywhere I need to go, you got to jump out on these 45-mile-an-hour roads. Look at a car behind me. Didn't see him. But we'll beat him to the next intersection. Because we can go like 40. Woo. All right, we made it. Wow, look at this. For those of you who are not from North Carolina, let me introduce you to the Carolina squat. That is the Carolina squat. If you're in Tennessee, it's the Tennessee tilt. I don't get it. I don't understand it, but there you go. All right, folks. Anyway, hopefully you found the video interesting, informative, entertaining. If you did, consider hitting subscribe, checking out some more of my videos, and check the website for some more products coming soon. Talk to y'all later.